In this video, we are going to build and clone an AI-powered spans tracker agent. This agent was originally created with n8n, but we are rebuilding it using Next.js, useworkflow.dev, OpenAI API, Telegram API, and Google Sheets API. Let's start with the big picture. The user sends a message to a Telegram bot. Telegram forwards that message to our backend through a webhook. So as you can see, here we have an endpoint that received that message. And in n8n workflow, you can see that they have a Telegram trigger. You see the same behavior. That webhook triggers a workflow with 5 steps. The first step is a e-read test or voice input. Is this part. It reads the test or the voice input. And here we have a function that do both actions. In case that it is a voice message, it will transcribe the audio, similar like this. In case that it is a voice, it transcribes the audio using OpenAI. If it is text, it will send it directly to the AI agent, like this. Now the next step is to send the test to the AI agent. We get the test, and now we send the test to the AI agent. Similar to this. We send the test here to the AI agent, and in this part also. And this AI agent has a tool that will append the spans to Google Sheets. And in this case, they are using a DeepSeek model. However, we are using an OpenAI model, GPT-5 Nano. Once it appends the Google Sheet message, it will send a message to the Telegram user, like this. We send a successful message to the user. Before we touch any code, we need a Telegram bot. And creating one is actually way easier than most people think. First, open Telegram and search for botfather. Botfather is the official Telegram bot used to create and manage other bots. Open the chat and click Start. Think of botfather as a command line interface but inside Telegram. Then type the command /new bot. Botfather will now ask you for a name. This is the display name that users will see in Telegram. For example, AI Spans Tracker Agent. Next, Botfather will ask for a username. This must be unique and end with bot. For example, AI Spans Tracker Agent Bot. Once that's done, Botfather will generate a bot token. This token is basically the API key for your Telegram bot. Anyone with this token can control your bot, so never commit it to GitHub. Copy this token and store it in your environment variable as Telegram underscore bot underscore token. And that's it. Your Telegram bot is now live, even though it doesn't do anything yet. Before we talk about workflows, we need to connect Telegram to our backend. Telegram works using webhooks. That means we register an endpoint, and Telegram will send every incoming message to that URL in real time. For that, we created an endpoint in our Next.js project with the name API/Telegram trigger/enable. As you can see, this is a get endpoint. This endpoint tells Telegram whenever someone sends a message to this bot, send it here. There's one important requirement. Telegram cannot call localhost directly. Your API must be accessible from the public internet. In my case, I am using localcan to expose my local Next.js server with a public HTTPS URL. You can use ngrok, localcan, or any tunneling tool you prefer. The idea is exactly the same. Once we have a public URL, registering the webhook is just a single API call. Let's visit that URL to do that API call. Now, Telegram is connected with our Next.js project. Now, let's look at the heart of the system, the workflow. Every Telegram message that we receive will pass through this endpoint. This endpoint was registered before. Then it will start a workflow with the name handle Telegram message workflow. And then we pass the body message. This function defines the execution order of all the steps using useworkflow.dev. Think of this as your AI pipeline. Each step does one job, and the workflow connects them. The first step is extracting text from the Telegram message. If the user sends a voice message, we transcribe it. But if the user sends a plain text, we use it directly. This gives us a clean text input, no matter how the user interacts with the bot. For voice message, we fetch the audio file from Telegram and transcribe it. We are using this library from Telegram, affect AK Telegram bot client. And here we get the file using the Telegram file ID, and then we pass the file to OpenAI. We do that transcription using OpenAI Whisper 1. From the workflow's perspective, voice and text become identical after this step. Now that we have the text for the message, we send it to an agent. That agent has a single responsibility: extract the spans and append it to the Google Sheets. The model decides when to call the tool, and the tool writes directly to Google Sheets. The tool definition does two important things. It tells the model what capability it sees, and it enforces a schema so the model can't call it with junk. Now let's see the code. This agent is using generate test function. We are using the OpenAI GPT-5 nano model. We have a assistant message. You are a helpful assistant that can append expenses to a Google Sheet. You always respond with a success message after appending the expense. Don't respond with any other text except the success message. And then we pass the input user. This is the text that is coming from the voice or from the message. Also, this AI agent has this tool that we talked before. This tool is in charge of append and expense to Google Sheet, and we have an schema for it. The schema is that the amount is a number, it must be a number, and the category must be a string. That's a massive reliability boost. Now let's look at this property, stop when, in the AI agent configuration. Stop when has a step count is 5. This is a guardrail. This is a budget limiter. Agents can sometimes loop. Let me think, call tool, think again, call tool again. A step count is 5, prevents runaway chains. In other words, it caps how many tool reasoning steps can happen before we stop. Now let's talk about one of the most important pieces of the entire system: the tool that the AI agent used to write data into Google Sheets. This function is where AI stops reasoning and starts affecting the real world. This function is not called directly by our app logic. It is exposed as a tool that the AI agent can invoke when it has already understood the amount and category. The agent is allowed to write to Google Sheets, but only through this function. To write to Google Sheets, we authenticate using a Google Service account. That's what this JWT client is doing. We load the service account email, the private key, and the required spreadsheet scope. This is the actual side effect. We append a new row to the spreadsheet with the amount and category. This gives us programmatic access to the spreadsheet. And finally, we return the amount and category. One important thing is that we are using the library Google APIs. We just define the sheet ID using an environment variable, the page that we are going to use, and the request body. This value goes back to the AI agent runtime. That means the agent can confirm that was written, include it in a success message, or use it for further reasoning. Once the expense is saved, We send a confirmation message back to the user, and this closes the loop and gives instant feedback inside Telegram. Now let's do a demo running useworkflow.dev UI and sending a test message to Telegram, and finally doing the same but with a voice message. So for this we need to run npx workflow web, and it will open an UI for workflow.dev. Now I'm going to write a text message to the bot. I spent 2000 USD in a trip. Now, as you can see, the bot sent this success message. Expense added successfully, 2000 USD under travel. Now let's see how the workflow works. This one was the workflow. As you can see, it started the workflow, and the workflow has many steps. The first one is the get test message. Then we send the message to the agent. Then here inside the agent, we save the message in Google Sheet. And the last step is that we send a message back to the user. Let's check the graph. Now let's try another demo with a voice message. I spent $1,000 in food. Let's wait for the response. As you can see, the bot responded with expense added successfully. Now the most important part, let's check if the expenses were saved successfully in the Google Sheet. As you can see, we have two. The first one was the test message. We sent I spent $2,000 in a trip, and it added this category, travel. And the second message was I spent $1,000 in food, and it added 1,000, and also the category was food. It means that it was saved successfully. This approach gives us multimodal input, text and voice, a strong separation of concerns, deterministic workflows, AI agents with real-world side effects, and most importantly, it scales cleanly as your product grows. This is how you build an AI expense tracker agent using Telegram, Google Sheets, and modern AI workflows. If you are a JavaScript or TypeScript developer, this pattern can be reused for any AI-powered automation. If this video helped you understand how to build real AI agents, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel for more AI workflows, agents, and automation patterns. Like the video and tell me, do you want to clone another n8n automation? Or do you want to design a brand new AI automation from scratch? See you in the next video.